Ladies and gentlemen, this is John Rare. I'm back to do another Haunted or Not. This is actually one of the older cemeteries in the Trussville, Alabama area, Mt.Nebo Cemetery. So we are going to do a little quick walk through here and see what we find. Well, immediately right here by a tree, you already see the stones. Almost looks like a bunch of trash piled up, but you got one right here that says Mother, kind of out of place. Let's see, Mother and Father. Now see, the headstones themselves is placed right here next to a tree. It's definitely a smaller cemetery. Let's make our way over here. Now, across the street is the church. It has a marker on it for national history. If I can get across the street, I will go over there and show you the placard, of course. These are the ones closest to the road here. Really old. (1914). Old placards. Now, as you can tell, this is right on the downtown street of Trussville, Alabama. Tree falling apart here. Now, there are some random placards and stones just sitting here. That one's so wore down you can't even read the date on it. It's Franklin, but that's all you can read. Let's see, 1903. Now this is in Trussville, so the upkeep on this one definitely looks a lot better than some of the ones I've done. Now this is older, of course. You see a bunch of random placards out of place. So this looks to be one of the newer ones, 1988. There's a 2005. This one's recent, 2015. So there definitely are some older ones in here. World War II, 1983. (1901). Let's see. Some really old stones. As mentioned, this is an older cemetery. Mt.Nebo, Trussville, Alabama. Now, there's a lot of like stone stacking in this one. Really haven't seen that in any other one that I've been to so far. No kind of markers on the ones that I've seen so far that are stacked like this. Lots of older ones. I've never seen the stacking done like this. (1878). these are some really cool looking headstones and plaques. (1830), so that's a really old one there. (1887), 1912, now I do these for the supposed haunted or not. I've never found nothing haunted, of course. We've had the one incident where we had a photo that had a shadowy figure in it. Of course, couldn't prove anything otherwise that it wasn't or was. But this one here, definitely you can feel the oldness in it, and it's rather it's more of a cool feeling from this one. You feel the let's see, I swear some of these just look like just plain rocks that have a grave looking in front of it. (1875), 1965. Now here we're actually under, these are all placed under a tree. 1997, 1984, 1958. (1946). I really love the old feeling that you get from this one. Like I mentioned earlier, I've never been to one that has the stacking like this one has. These rocks all placed the way they are over here. This one's been crumbled over time. But these right here are definitely different. Haven't seen anything like this on the ones that I've been through so far. And you can tell they're old. They've got the moss growing on them. And the one grave that is next to it is from 1947. And it's actually got mold growing over the other names on it. And here's actually like, it looks like a double one, technically. May not, because there's no markings on them, so don't know. Maybe they're just stacked this way and there's not even a grave there. I'm not sure. Definitely an old cemetery. You've heard about the oldness in there in this one. One of the oldest ones around. Mt.Nebo always has that special feel to it. So, Mt.Nebo review straight across from the church itself. We are at the church itself now called First Presbyterian of Trustful. Now, nice stained windows. In love and memory of Herbert Huffman. And here is the actual placard for the Jefferson County Historical Commission. Mt.Nebo Cemetery, 1860. Of course, the name of the church itself has changed. And right across the street is Mt.Nebo Cemetery. So, haunted or not, Mt.Nebo Cemetery, definitely cool and old. Don't feel no kind of weird presence here. Definitely nice and cool looking, but definitely not haunted on my trip.